What's the deal, Shot Mafia? It's your boy Shot Montana. Anything I say is a gift like I'm sending. In today's video, I'm react to the Scream 6 cast reveals how they found out who the killer was. Without further ado, we finna get straight to it. Hey, New York, a crazy city though, I ain't gonna lie.
You got a problem here, guy?
Why you ain't sweet on him? Damn!
Melissa, when we were away first, I said this to you the other day. I love how you establish a foundation for Sam in Scream 5 and then just run with it here. What is one thing you wanted to keep consistent about the character from 5 to 6, but then also what is something that you wanted to show the audience that's new to her now based on how she responded to the events of 5?
Type shit.
I think I mean,
that was
Sam
a loaded
is
question.
Tough girl, and I think I wanted that to continue, but I definitely wanted to show a more vulnerable side of her in this one and get to show more shades to her, because now that like the dam has burst, there's just so much that naturally would come out, and that fear of like having to protect her sister, I think
it said no.
To have a lot more emotions come out, and I think that's what I was really excited to explore in this next movie.
I can't emphasize how well that works. The complexity is just on point, and I love it. Jenna, for you, you've obviously had your fair share of horror experience. Not only does Scream in general now feel like a unique franchise overall, but this movie in particular feels like a really unique installment of it. So is there anything, even with all that horror experience, that like caught you by surprise in terms of what it took to make Scream 6 in particular?
Well, I think oftentimes in horror films, I am just screaming and crying. I feel like I'm often either really annoying or I play the stupid character, and Tara this time around had a personality, which was interesting to kind of play with. And then also the change of atmosphere. I think that Scream has never left Woodsboro before. I felt like it made it a lot more intimidating, and it kind of gave us more room to kind of play or isolated our main cast in a way that we've never seen in a Scream film before. So I think that there was a really interesting dynamic that automatically came with that, and kind of something a bit more horrific and kind of grounding in a way.
Very successful with that here. I will say they're screaming and crying in X, but she makes choices, and she has her own personal drive there.
She's cool for a second, and then she goes back on it. She just becomes really judgmental and gross.
I mean, I get it.
Damn!
You're getting a very specific question from me, because it was emphasized quite a few times in Scream 5 that Gail was not going to write another book. She writes another book, and you don't see her make that choice because it happens in between the events of the two films. In your mind, why does she make that choice? Is there a specific life event that kind of turned her on that path again?
I think she loves fame.
She
loves to be recognized and thought of, and as she says, somebody was going to do it, and why not? Why wouldn't she get the credit? She knows the story.
I have another very specific question, because there is the lightest mention in the movie that Gail also didn't have the best relationship with her parents. And I'm surprised over the years I haven't thought about this, but is there any backstory work you've done over the years to determine like why Gail is the person she is and why she's gone on this particular career path?
I mean, I would definitely say why. I mean, that's what usually happens, isn't it? Where your family, you've been neglected, or you have, we all have so many triggers in life, and I think that she had many.
For all three of you now, at what point in the making of this movie did you learn who the killer was?
Reading the script.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I remember specifically Matt and Tyler withholding the third act of the script when they sent it to us to read. And it wasn't until I think we were about to start shooting that they actually gave us the last act.
Yeah.
Right?
What I will say is it was interesting once you knew who Ghostface was, watching them set up their play, because, you know, they would say a line a certain way or give you a certain look. And
I agree. I love that. I did not know who the killer was going to be, because once Gail dies or lives, whatever, once she left, I love not knowing. And I loved watching the actors going, wait a minute, are you a good actor? Are you a good actor acting like you're acting?
Courtney is so funny, because we'd be on the set and she's like, I didn't read the script, I just read my parts. I don't want to know
the script until I die or not in it anymore.
But she plays the game.
Is she coming back?
And she's like, I'm going to figure it out.
And guess what?
And Yeah.
You figured it out.
Yeah, she was right.
I'm not surprised.
But also you get to watch the actors perform. So like you said, that's my favorite part.
I can't wait to watch it again so I can see all of these little performance like beats and subtleties that I missed the first time around. You also get your very first Ghostface call. Even having watched other cast members do, like heavy action attack set pieces involving a call, is there anything about the production process of shooting a scene like that surprised you?
Not surprising. It was just, it was a lot of work. I mean, we'd go in on, not when we were filming, and rehearse the fight scene, and it's
that nigga trying to hook her ass, dog. She trying to blow him, though.
If I hit him, I would have actually hurt him.
Okay.
Or, he's using a knife and coming after me. It's not like retractable. It actually was. So I'm just glad he didn't hurt
Is it real? Hey.
That sequence is one of the most tense sequences of the entire franchise for me. I think it's because the choreography is spectacular, but also because
You trying to scare me?
It's the emotional.
Hey, that's crazy.
Investment that this franchise has earned from fans over the years. Congratulations on that. For fun, because clearly I'm Scream obsessed, but I'm also a New Yorker and I love being here. So I'm gonna set a little scene for you.
Y'all just be killing for fun.
Ghostface is on the loose and he's looking for you and he's gonna kill you in your favorite place in Manhattan. Where is he gonna kill you? Because I die in the meatball shop.
Type shit.
Broadway theater.
I like that.
I die upstate New
I feel
York.
like I might die in the theater as well. I don't know if I have a specific one, but a good show is.
Yeah.
I think maybe Elio's uptown where there's a lot of people and you wouldn't expect it.
Type
No
shit.
one would know, and they're so crowded there. I'd fall over and that would be it.
If you had the opportunity to take home one item from the shrine, which one would you pick and why?
Either the
Bro, I feel like I'm in some type of movie while watching this, no cap. I feel like I'm in a movie while watching this,
the Casey Becker rope, or the Tatum garage door. I don't know where I'm gonna put that or what I'm gonna do with that, but the fact that I saw that in the
that shit just kind of shook me. I ain't gonna lie.
I think there was a really cool phone.
the melted phone.
The melted phone.
Oh, it's the fax machine?
Yeah.
I had the
Machine
fax.
from 3.
Yeah.
I'm taking Stu's TV because Stu is dead. I don't tolerate that theory. He is dead.
Damn.
Oh, you don't like that? He's
No,
alive.
I don't like
Neither
that.
do honestly. I might agree.
There we go.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it, and I was like, I think Stu is alive. I ain't gonna lie. He walking that off. A TV getting dropped on his head. He's walking that off. Honestly, he walking that off. Anybody can survive a TV getting dropped on their head. I done did it before. Y'all ain't know I was Goku? You gonna learn.
They think that Stu's still alive.
Who did?
People.
The inner.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You say it, and speak it into existence. Everyone must stop now. Stu is dead.
Guys.
Get on his ass.
Jack, the first thing that I remembered from Scream 5 is that you reached out to Jamie and you had a little interaction.
Yeah.
Have you two met or conversed more about your character since?
We've messaged a bit more, but we haven't met yet in person. I think he invited me to be on.
Right, it take a lot to scare me, bro. Let's start there. It take a lot to scare me. Feel me? It really do. It really take a lot to scare me. You talking about Thursday? Is it really Thursday? That's Tuesday. What are you talking about? Oh, the rest of Invincible come out Thursday. Man, I'm waiting till March 13th when they finish the entire season so I can watch it straight through.
On his podcast, which hasn't happened. But
W podcast.
I would love to meet him in person and
Bitch,
for him
say
to continue to tell me I'm amazing.
Did
Type
he have any
shit.
hot takes on Mindy?
He said that he liked her. He said that he appreciated what I
Yeah.
did, and that felt really good.
No.
He hated
Type
me since
shit.
Most people do. That's okay. I
What
like
up,
that
gang?
they have the wherewithal to tell me that, though.
We
At least they're
appreciate
candid.
honesty here.
Nobody would believe that, especially after you make my heart
Facts.
explode in this movie. My God.
Aw, that's really sweet.
I mean
Thank
it.
you.
I mean it. Speaking of random Mandy for a minute. So, with the rules here, do you have a favorite new rule in this movie, given the fact that now it's set in a big city, but also given the prequel, sequel / franchise rules?
Right. Do you remember Mindy's rules?
I think this is the second time you said bigger budget because you mentioned beheadings.
Oh, yeah.
That's just
but
my
then
favorite.
Wasn't that line changed?
No, beheadings is still in there.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh, okay.
Can
Beheadings.
confirm it
Time
is,
sheet.
and there's a nice nod to it, too.
Really and truly, I like that. That was a very organic moment where we're like, oh, beheadings. That's really grisly.
What up,
I
brother?
can't wait to see that pay off, and it did.
Type
We'll find
shit.
that one out.
I enjoyed that.
But-
Going back to something you were busy talking about for the first
Hey,
film,
facts.
your NYU paper. I heard a little bit about the paper, but I want to know
Too
what your
long.
thesis was. What was the core of the idea in terms of why the original Scream should be rebooted?
It wasn't so much why, so much the conceit that Scream as a franchise is ripe for revival simply because of the timeless aspect of referential cinema. That in the postmodern landscape of making movies, you kind of can take films that both reference themselves and the genre at large and just update it each and every time with new casts of characters and also new killers and motives that I don't necessarily think, assuming it's done right and with care and with passion
Facts.
and whatnot, that it can kind of strike gold each and every time so long as it's capturing the zeitgeist it finds itself in.
I would legit read that paper and probably enjoy it if you ever shared it.
Listen, man, I wrote it when I was like 20.
Hey, W. Mason, bro. W. Mason, bro.
Sold copy.
Oh, absolutely
sure?
not.
And then
No,
donate that to
so
charity.
nice.
I don't need the.
And then donate it to charity.
That
That's
would be
actually
nice.
a brilliant
Jasmine,
idea.
you donated
I'm into
to
that
charity.
idea.
Thank you.
Oh, I would love that.
I'll bet on it. I'll bet on it.
Oh,
Yes, I
that's
will.
fine,
Happily.
yeah.
Given what you just
Facts.
brought up about the paper, though, since the release of Scream 5, is there any new horror movie that's been released that you would love to see a Scream 7 reference?
M. Thregan.
Mm.
And I want the sequel to be M. Morgan. I'm telling you, I've written the movie for you guys at this point.
That's right. She's
Tight shit.
Let's put her in M. Forgan. I need Megan to fight, not
And then if
Mindy.
I did play M. Forgan, and then
Not a
if there's another
character.
Scream and Mindy
The
mentioned
supersonic
it, and I
robot.
was talking about myself,
I
people's
need
heads would
Jasmine
explode.
to-
Hey, hold on. Has anybody ever thought of like an action horror movie? Like, hey, is that a thing? Hold on. Let me find out. Is an action horror movie a thing? Do your homework. I can look it up on my computer. Hold on. We all about to look at this together. Action horror movies. Yeah. There's a few of them. Yeah, Zombieland for sure. Cloverfield. I ain't never watched Troll Hunter. I watched Goosebumps. I watched Purge. World War Z. I ain't never watched the Day Watch. What this one talking about? Pride, Prejudice, Zombies. Underworld. I feel like all the Resident Evil movies is action horror movies. Home Invasion. Was they fighting back? If they wasn't fighting back, then Don't Breathe. That was a horror movie. I don't feel like that was an action horror movie. I feel like that was just a horror movie. Hellboy. That's an action horror movie. Cabin in the Woods. That's a horror movie. Was they fighting? Yeah, that's an action horror movie. Never mind. Scream was an action horror movie too, because they was fighting back. Terrifier. He got to be the best killer though. Like honestly, like he got more bodies than Jason, Michael Myers, and who else? Freddy Krueger trash. He had to come see me in my dreams. I'ma box him up every time. Us, facts. Us was a good action horror movie because she fought back at the end. But Terrifier, he got more bodies than he blew up a mall full of kids and people. Like he go down in horror movie history as the person with the most bodies. Who else got more bodies? Never mind, the dude in the cabin in the woods. it's unconfirmed what happened in the ending of the Cabin of the Woods movie, because we never seen what the giant hand came out the ground and did. Like, we need a part 2. Like, where is Cabin in the Woods number 2? Like, where is that? I've been waiting on that for how many years? Ever since it dropped, I've been waiting on that. Goosebumps. I'd give somebody else goosebumps. Blades in the darkness. Bro popping out the shadows and smoking niggas. The 50 greatest horror movies of all time. The Invoking too. Zombies. Okay. Don't Breathe. Man.
This is the first time I think I've ever heard someone say that out loud. I've thought about it, but I don't think I've ever heard someone say it.
M. Forgan Morgan. Freeman. Yeah.
You want and Regan too. I can't even say it.
Megan, for sure. I also think there's a big market for like indie horror to like really get the like horror fans involved. Megan's my real answer, but if there was like a reference to something subtle like a Cannibal Holocaust or something just really out there, I would love.
You're really going for it.
Yeah, man. That movie's tough.
Yeah.
Tight shit.
There's definitely a lot to do in that department. I don't know if I can handle that version of a Scream movie.
I don't. Well, I just wouldn't want people to watch and go, I should check out that movie, because they'd be traumatized. Like I am.
That's my mark.
He ain't said nothing but a word. He ain't said nothing. I'm gonna watch that movie while playing Rainbow Six Siege.
You're really going for a lot that fall in that department. I don't know if I can handle that version of a Scream movie. Yeah, that's my Martyrs. I can't handle Martyrs.
Really?
Oh.
Where you
that one messed me up for a little while.
There you go. Yeah. See, we all have those movies, though, that when we're told, like, you should check this out, it'll mess you up, and you're like, I can handle it.
Oh yeah, mine for me is Hereditary.
Midsommar.
Yeah, because the scene where he jumped and then his head on
really?
the rock.
Midsommar was a great meditation on breakups.
I thought you were gonna say it's a great meditation. Like, you put it on to meditate. It was like, you need help.
No.
You need exercise.
Shouts out to Archie. His character died by getting his back filleted and filled with flowers. And then I met him, and he's a great guy, and he doesn't have any flowers in his face or.
It's giving Yellow Jackets.
Watch Yellow Jackets.
I can't wait.
You're not.
Going back to Scream now. The shrine. You could both keep one particular item from that shrine. Which one would you pick and why?
You'd keep the camera.
I changed my answer. So.
What is it?
They have the Cheetos, like the vintage Cheetos.
Oh, that's a good answer.
That's great. That's so dope.
Oh, the glaze is crazy.
Call back to that.
I'd keep some of the photos of Dewey. Yeah.
R.I.P. to the realest.
No bullshit.
Ever.
I know. It was such a sad,
gruesome ending.
So he might not die.
That scene crushed
That's
me.
true.
He could be alive. He just had his belly slit.
Shit.
Like Chad's experienced something similar. Who knows?
The thing I think about all the time is because like the item I would keep is TV, and everybody out there, you guys make jokes about it. Everybody out there loves to say Stu is alive.
I say Stu is alive so I could meet Matthew Lillard. That's why I say it.
I mean, that's fair.
Love him so much.
I respect that reasoning for it.
Hi, Matthew. I love you.
I love the core four. So to highlight that kind of family vibe, can you each tell me something about your character that they get via the core four? I know broadly they all get the benefit of family and support, but how can you two grow as individuals via the core four?
I feel like Chad could certainly use his sister's sense of style. Although that being said, when I tell you I was so excited for my wardrobe in Scream 6.
That's all I'm saying, bro. You got a drip.
Which I've always wanted to wear in any form of media because that's so authentic to what I would wear in that setting.
The hoodie gave me continuity vibes, and I liked that.
Okay, there you go. You get it. I liked that aspect of it, but if we're being real, Mindy has such nasty drip Yeah, I feel like if he could maybe help with that, I think he'd.
Mindy could help you out there, and then Chad could teach Mindy how to, like do some push-ups, some pull-ups, beef up a bit.
Exercise.
Mindy could not, last in a fist fight necessarily. I mean, we've seen that more than once now.
Those quads, those hamstrings.
She goes out pretty easy without.
She holds her own, given what she goes through. Here's a good follow-up to that, actually, because you get two pretty significant set pieces where one is very action-heavy and one is mostly done through, tension-building editing.
Yeah.
You as an actor, which one do you find more difficult?
More difficult? Oh, that's a really good question. They're difficult in different ways. The tension building is more difficult because it is so technical, and it's like, okay, we need you to look here, look here, look here, look here, look here. But the other is difficult because it takes like freaking days, and by the last day you're so tired. I am, at least. Devin wasn't, but she's in her early 20s.
Right, that's the discrepancy. Age. She bounced back so bad.
Here's a big burning acting question I've had for this entire franchise. What is the key, or what is a tip or trick you would give to another actor for acting
Feel like going to get a black?
Damn.
Also, how one must feel after the stabbing has occurred.
Melissa had a great comment. Like, the
She
shock
asked someone
value.
who's been stabbed about
And
it.
they said, like, oh, it feels really cold, and then when the knife moves thereafter, you have to imagine it would hit so many nerves that's when the pain would kick in.
I think it's like, don't be afraid of it looking too big, and it's very physical. It's just like,
Right. Did you just get stabbed?
Exactly.
Oh, you were acting.
I was acting.
That's so embarrassing. I thought you were stabbed.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Wow.
I actually don't feel embarrassed for you, bro.
I have a feeling you have both been asked about this. But
That's a personal problem. That's a personal problem, bro. Yeah, I know bro ain't got no low self-esteem, dog. I'm about to get on his ass, man. I'm about to get on his ass if he got low self-esteem, bro. I'm finna get on his ass. I'm finna cook him.
Do you have an absolute favorite Ghostface killer? Obviously not including Scream 6.
Oh, great. Easy.
I think
Mrs.
Mikey
Loomis.
Madison.
Oh.
I really freaking love.
Damn, she horny as hell. She coming up out the motherfucking shit like that. She, hold on. She, like horny ass. Dog.
When I see that, I scream. I'm like,
Yeah.
so good. Because I am. What? Kind of hot.
Damn, I mean, goddamn facts. Like, I'm about to put you on the spot, your little sexy ass.
Pick a Ghostface from a movie that you are not in. Who would you pick? Who would you pick? But Mikey is an excellent choice and deserves.
Damn, do all that change just jump out my pocket? Nah, cause I don't drop money. What you thought this was? I don't drop cash. I literally just drop cash as soon as I said that.
Mommy, that's what she's a muscle mommy and a power
Type shit.
He doesn't understand what mommy means these days.
What that mean?
He's just like a woman with.
Stop.
No, keep going.
The fact that
We was almost there.
Mr. Pascal, Daddy, so now I
Type shit.
Mommy and Daddy to
We
do
need our
something
Something
together.
together.
We share a certain history.
Hayden, I'll come your way first to talk
Sabrina
about
Carpenter?
Kirby's
Look at
evolution
this.
here. What is one particular quality of hers that you wanted to maintain from Scream 4 to now? But then also, what's something you deliberately wanted to do different to show how those events impacted her?
I wanted to keep her spunk. Her spunk is something I love. Her spunk, her curiosity, she's just a badass. And then what I wanted to change, I mean, over the years is I wanted her to be the person that came out of the trauma fighting as a fighter, swinging and wanting the bad guys to be afraid. That's
Tee it up. Stop playing.
did not disappoint.
The more of that fight, the better. For you, I know you have done horror movies before, but Scream is a little bit of a unique type of production.
And she was fighting though in that movie though, you feel me? How many times did she put Ghostface on his ass? I think it was about at least 2 times, 3 times, for sure.
What would you say is the biggest misconception you had about what it would take to make a Scream movie going into filming?
Oh, well, I was so impressed with the script. I got it in pieces, so even that was kind of a piecing it together process, which made it fun because the reveal is really its own experience, even for the reader. But I knew I was entering a world that had Well, it's even right there in the screen in Scream. They tell you the rules of the movie, then they make the rules, and then they break the rules, and they use them against you. And it's wonderful. And I've loved it throughout the films. I study them all, and I watched them leading up to beginning work on Scream 6. So by then, yeah, I mean, I just seen Scream 5, and like the next day I'm shooting Scream 6, so it was that close together. The filmmakers made these films so...
And he was slime, though, I ain't gonna lie.
Almost like a double package.
He was definitely slime in the movie, though. He was sliming them. The whole time it was his kids because they killed Dewey in the last movie from The Boys. He's slimy. We ain't even talk about how the multiverse we definitely talk about how the multiverse colliding right now. Like we got Huey from The Boys linking up with Melissa and Scream, and then on top of that, the Pop slimy. He's sliming the whole crew out. Like, hey, this is amazing.
Just thrilled to join this cast that did so well and made a hit movie on Scream 5.
That's one of the most impressive elements of the film. I can't believe how good it is and how short a period of time they had to turn it around. Yeah. It's mind-blowing.
Really, and we had production issues as well, as everyone during that period did making movies. So we fought through that. Everybody showed up with all of incredible energy. In the final scenes, of course, where most of the characters are in the same place. It's just almost like a play, which I've never done. But you know what I mean? It'd be like we're in a theater, we're in a green room together, all a very small room, exchanging
it was
music
very much like a play, and I have done one.
Really close cast that they welcomed me into, so it was amazing.
You fit right in.
Great group.
Right.
All right, speaking of that cast, I absolutely love asking about the value of a good scene partner. So can each of you name a time on this set when a scene partner gave you just what you needed in a challenging moment and it helped you reach something in your own character that you wouldn't have been able to without them?
Ooh, I would definitely say, I would say Dermot.
Well, we had this wonderful scenes in the police station.
Great scenes together.
Yeah, so cool.
And...
Bro, where's Jenna Ortega? I'm missing her little fond ass. Where's she at?
And...
Thank you for that.
No, but it's true. I'm actually not just saying
thank you for that date, because of course not only are you in the scene the one that knows more about the Ghostface, you're also the actor in the scene that knows more about Scream movies. So your presence and your experience, I'm thanking you for it, made a difference for me in being able to portray that scene even more honestly, because that was part of our real truth.
Just cool. Pro. And Jasmine Savoy Brown, obviously, in that scene that we had when we go head to head, she brought it, and she is a love and just such a light, and working with her, it was amazing. Everyone's incredible, but those two really stand out.
And
to
to discreetly answer that question, I was very impressed by Melissa's athleticism.
Oh yeah, that girl.
It really brought a lot in that way. The whole cast is required, yourself included. But there are moments in the film where that came into play with certain characters.
This might be a tough question to answer without teetering into spoilers.
I did great on that last question just now, but
You're
go
doing
on.
Great in general.
Thank you.
So with Melissa, I feel like she has one of the greatest challenges and winds up being one of the biggest wild cards in terms of like balancing genuinely want to protect the people that she loves, but also tapping into that Billy Loomis bloodlust. So can you each name a time where maybe she took something that was on the page and she did something way different than you ever could have imagined with it?
I never imagined anything. I don't come with expectations,
so
I was always surprised. I was always surprised. But she's such a warm, loving spirit.
Yeah.
So to see her ever go dark or have an ominous moment takes you aback.
Yeah.
She gets a look in her eyes.
Yes.
She certainly does. If you're saying that Melissa gets a look in her eyes. I will say when I saw the film, I was so impressed by everybody's. There would be any.
No.
That's what the leads are using in there. If you don't know what it is and why it seems so funny when it's underplayed, Melissa, Jenna too, they really hit that tone in such a satisfying way. In other words, Scream is kind of, it's gotten more and more some of it. I don't know. Used to be a little broader environment, especially between the sisters and that storyline. So they made it so real.
The look.
Some of it could, as an actor, they could make it so small. And still fit in a really good
Because they've done it before. I appreciate that you have to evolve the characters, and I feel like that's one particular way that they are making these new movies feel incredibly different, and it works.
Can I add that, if the broader conversation is how acting styles have changed and maybe become more subtle or just a little different since
Nuance.
96 to now, 25 years of acting, style. It is definitely a different game now than it was when we started.
Okay, speaking of that style a little, and this is not a spoiler, it is a rule of Scream, everybody is a suspect.
Yeah.
For maybe a future actor who's going to join the Scream franchise, what tip or trick would you give them in terms of presenting their character as though they could be a suspect, but also not going too far in that respect?
Pick your moments. Just choose your moments wisely. Those moments where you could throw somebody off.
Yeah, I'm tapping into a sensation of my own brain saying, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Don't even. Some of those frames are filled with 8 and 10 people, right? Also. And well from experience that certain types of movements, or if you're further back, or if there's a lighting thing that you flash, the human eye goes to think so. And it's just always
in the eyes, though, and
all
it's
of
in
the
the
actors are
stillness.
calculating what their character would do, how they would then, their behavior would reflect their character, but
The
in a
timing.
Scream movie you also have to be really careful.
The
what
timing,
you're
the
saying.
stillness, and the. I mean, even just a blink, even just
That's what I
a
mean.
lack of
So
a
I'm,
blink,
or
and
not having a blink.
breath,
Right.
and that moment.
I learned a lot from these guys, from the Scream cast. Just right away I got the sense that it's not as broad as it used to be.
As someone who has a keen eye for all those details, you nailed all the right things on that list there. I am a New Yorker in addition to being a diehard Scream fan, so I need to celebrate the location in this movie.
Me too.
So I'm going to throw you into a scenario. Real you're out and about New York, and Ghostface is somewhere in New York. Where does Ghostface manage to find and kill you? What is your favorite place in New York that they know they can find you? For example, I will die in the meatball shop.
Right, where's that meatball shop?
It is not far from where we are right now, and it is excellent.
Just a shop for meatballs. To make a movie about that, horrifying.
I will watch
Probably
that movie
diet
over and over.
That's what I mean.
Sacks.
Diet Sacks. Mine would definitely be.
An Italian restaurant. Oh, actually, no. What's the? Oh, my mom would know this.
You got it.
There's a restaurant that's about it's dead people like it's Frankenstein basically comes down, and it's this whole show.
So you have a horror movie where they're trying to kill Hayden.
It's this restaurant that used to be my favorite. They
you
would
would
find
set
me
it in
there.
a scary
I gotta
restaurant.
remember what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. See, it's a show within a show within a show.
Yes.
Yes. I like it. Mine would be Central Park. Super cinematic.
Okay. I mean, out in the open, anything can happen in New York.
That's right. Amazing.
If y'all enjoyed today's video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Show some support to your boy Shaw Montana. Anything I say is a gift like I'll send it. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Make sure you constantly improving every day. Without further ado, I ain't gonna take too much of your time. I'll be smooth. I love you, bro. And ladies too. I don't discriminate. I only renovate. Get the chopstick. Take it on a dinner date. Alright, I'm done.